If you're selling on Etsy, and specifically selling digital files on Etsy, then you may have seen listings that talk about editable digital files. So for example, birthday invitations that you can edit, or wedding signs or invitations that you can edit. So for many of these listings, the sellers are using a service called Corjl. So in this video, I'm going to cover what Corjl is, how the customer can use it, the benefits for the seller, and I'll ultimately weigh in on whether or not Corjl could be a good fit for your business. Now, I'm not an affiliate with Corjl, but I did purchase it and I used it for about a year. So I think I have a pretty good idea about the benefits and also the downsides of Corjl. Watch this video if you're thinking of dropping big money for an annual Corjl subscription. You may not want to do it. Okay, so it's pretty easy to find listings on Etsy that use Corjl. You can just search for editable birthday, for example, and you'll see a bunch of invitations that are listed that say, hey, we're editable. Now, if you click any of the listings, there's a good chance that you'll see the word Corjl either in the listing description or the link. You can also just search on Etsy for the word Corjl, Corjl, and you could say like editable birthday Corjl or editable wedding Corjl. So here's how it works. Number one, the Etsy seller creates a base template in Corjl. Number two, the customer buys the digital product, which is really just a link to the Corjl template. Number three, the customer can then edit the template. So they can add in their names or locations, for example. Number four, the customer then downloads the final version that they, the customer, can save on their computer and then print out at the local print store like a Staples, for example, or even just their own printer. Okay, so one thing that Corjl does really well is they actually have a website here called www.corjl.com, and underneath on the main page, underneath Learn More, it says how it works. Okay, so when you click that, you get to this page that says see how Corjl works, and then you can see there's a designer view, and then there's a customer view. So you can just click on either one. I'm going to click on this customer view demo, and that will open up a template here, and we can see this is the actual digital product you can pretend that you're buying if you're a customer on Etsy. So it says here, happy birthday, Sarah, join us to celebrate. Now it's covered in watermarks, that's why it's a bit hard to read. Happy birthday, Sarah, join us to celebrate. And then what happens is you can go over here to the right-hand side and you can edit this, or you can just simply click on something and you can edit it. So for example, where it says Sarah, if I click on that, now I've got the text over on the right that says birthday Sarah. So I can actually change this name right here in the box. So maybe it's not Sarah, maybe her name is Jenny, and I want 2 exclamation marks instead. So there's happy birthday Jenny, and join us to celebrate. It's not going to be at Sarah's house. Instead, it'll be at Jenny's mom's house. And so you can basically update these things by simply just clicking. These are just text boxes. You can put in all sorts of information down here. You can change the fonts, for example. You can change the colors of the fonts. So you can imagine if you're a customer, this is pretty nice. You can even change the actual image here. So now my kitty cat shows up. Now I can just make this a smaller image. And I could put it like that, for example. So you can play around with it. So you can add all sorts of images here. You can make them bigger, smaller, that kind of thing. So I can add my picture of my kitty cat now to my invitation. So you can see how amazing this would be for a customer. They can upload their own photo. They can edit the text. They can basically be a creator, albeit in a very limited way. It's really nice for customers. Okay, so you might be thinking, wow, this looks amazing. What's the downside? Now, having used Corjl myself for about a year, I can say that the technology is really user-friendly, and even the most computer-challenged customer can use it. Although here's my first warning. If you're selling these types of designs or any type of digital design on Etsy or any platform, you will get questions from customers who want to do this themselves, but they struggle with technology. So you're going to become the IT support person. So just be aware that if you don't want to have an aneurysm when customers start emailing you asking you how this works, or if you can just do the edits because it's all too hard and they don't know how to download it, you're going to get lots of questions. But that's true for any digital product. Now for Corjl specifically, there are two big downsides. Number one, there are fees that need to be considered for Corjl. It's not free. So the lowest price tier is $7.99 per month if you do an annual subscription. Plus, Corjl takes 65 cents every time you sell an item. So it's $7.99 US per month plus 65 cents per sale. So you have overhead that you need to make back. You're in the hole to start. So let's run through a quick example. You list an editable Corjl product for $6.50 US on Etsy. Now, if you sell the item, remember Etsy takes 5%. So that's 33 cents in fees. You also had to list the item. So that's another 20 cents US. So now you're down to about $6 now. So you would need to sell the item 2 times per month just to get above zero. Now you can list more, of course, but you still have to sell at least 2 a month of something to get out above zero. Number 2 challenge is the competition on Etsy is insanely fierce. So if you're thinking of selling 2 digital products every month and that's not a big deal, great. But make sure to check the competition in the niche. When I type in, for example, editable birthday, I get over 160,000 results. If I type in editable wedding, that returns over 180,000 results. So wedding customers are typically super picky, and so there's a chance that they can drill down to a super niche market. Like maybe they want a ninja-themed wedding or a 1970s science fiction-themed wedding. It is possible, but most people just want a regular white floral cardstock. And the market is completely flooded with these regular designs that are editable. Remember, the top 30% of Etsy sellers make virtually all the money. So you need to crack into that top third in order to really have a fighting chance. Okay, so the bottom line is Corjl actually worth it? So in my opinion, if you're selling digital designs on Etsy, typically the answer is no. But I have a little caveat in there. So the reason that I don't think Corjl is worth it is that Corjl is so competitive that if you're starting out, it's almost impossible to legitimately compete with the big sellers. And if you do wind up by pure chance with the greatest Corjl template that you designed and you rise up in the sales, there's nothing stopping another seller from seeing your design and just copying it into their own Corjl template. They can just remake it, and then they can start selling it. So even if you find the greatest little niche in the world, there's no protection on any of your ideas. You can't really trademark or copyright a wedding idea, like red floral wedding, for example, is not really copyrightable. So I do think, though, that you can make sales with Corjl under the right circumstances. If you have a really specific niche, or if you already have a pipeline set up where you're selling editable designs anyway and you're having success, then Corjl could be a great time saver since you already are making sales and since manually creating editable templates can be really time consuming. So I hope you found this video helpful. There's a link to the Corjl page and the sample like that I walked through, the little sampler, in the video description below. So you can try this out for yourself. The sampler is completely free. So you can monkey around with the edits and you can have some fun with it and see how it works. And check out this other video on selling digital products. Thanks for watching.